Om Namah Shivaya. Asanist Fire here on the way of Dharma. Let me check something quickly so that I can provide you with the best of quality regarding this video. Om Namah Shivaya. Before we continue, please make sure that you do subscribe. Please make sure that you do subscribe. Please make sure that you do like, and make sure that you stay tuned until the end, because you will definitely enjoy and learn a lot from this video. Guys, Arsonist Fire, the information that we share on this channel is not to be taken as the holy gospel, is not to be taken as professional advice, is not to be substituted for any medical advice or any financial advice. I will not be held liable for any adverse results or adverse effects that you may encounter while using this information. Our topic for today, we are going to talk about Bhakti and what is the true meaning of Bhakti, and I will show you examples in everyday life on how Bhakti can propel you into further higher vibrations and existences of life. Om Namah Shivaya. So before we even continue, I'd like to show you something. Guys, I'm selling malas. I'm selling jap malas. This is a haldi jap mala, which is a jap mala made out of turmeric beads. Turmeric beads or turmeric beads. It's basically that yellow powder that Indians use in their dishes. It's known for its medicinal purposes and medicinal applications in the medical field. It's also known for its high vibrational powers, basically. So this one helps you to harmonize or nullify the effects of Jupiter in your horoscopes. So this will help nullify the effects of Jupiter and will help you to raise your vibration. It will also help you in sadhana or spiritual practices of defeating your enemy, destroying your enemy, making sure that you also win in lawsuits, and it will also ensure that you have better health. It can be used to chant mantras for Shri Bagalamukhi Devi or Shri Brihaspati Devi, which is Guru or Jupiter. So it can be used for attraction also, which is Mohan, which are the fruits of Maha Bagalamukhi, the great Bagalamukhi. And also I'm selling this japmala, which is a rose quartz japmala. This one is specifically for Venus workings, workings related to love, attraction, and seduction, which is Vashikaran, and is also used for workings that are for basically what they are for financial matters, attaining finances and a comfortable life, basically, and a harmonious marriage life. So this one, it's an average chanting mala, but I think I've come across it on the internet. It's for balancing of your chakras, basically. That's what you can use it for in meditation. This one helped me a lot when I was feeling depressed and I wanted peace. So I used it a lot to chant for peace, basically, and it did me so good, and on a subtle level, I couldn't even realize that it was working that much, but it was working. This is much cheaper than the other two mentioned. So if you want to purchase these two malas, you can do so from me. My email is arsonest.fya@gmail.com. I will link it in the description. And also, for those of you who are in South Africa, I can offer courier services and courier it to you. And then after I told you the price of it, obviously after speaking on email and on WhatsApp. So basically, this is what I'm selling. I also sell these chakra bracelets. They bring peace of mind, they bring harmony in chakras, and they also bring stability and balance. I also sell these for those of you who have a certain malefic certain effects in your horoscope. I don't know if you've noticed, I've been burping a lot, guys. It's because of my horoscope, basically. So yeah, long story short, this is for those who have an afflicted Saturn in their horoscope or in their birth chart or in their numerological chart. These protect you from harm, they protect you from accidents, they protect you from demons, they also protect you from the evil or not evil, basically the malefic effects of Saturn. Uh, Also, I sell these bracelets or bangles which help. This one helps with balancing your moon, helping you with your emotional nature so that emotions shouldn't take care of your mind and you should think straight. This one helps with protection and it helps with prosperity also. This one helps with confidence. It is also helping you with prosperity because it's brass. It strengthens the sun in your horoscope or in your numerological chart. Om Namah Shivaya. You can send me an email and I'll be sure to help you with that stuff. So today we are going to talk about Bhakti and a little bit of karma while discussing Bhakti. So guys, what exactly is Bhakti? Bhakti is not devotion in the sense of hero worshipping any deity. Bhakti is a devotion that has a suspense of rationalism and logic. Bhakti is mere surrender into the unknown. That is Bhakti. Guys, we often look at these millionaire guys, these billionaire guys, scamming people, doing whatever that they do to get to wherever they are. It's basically bad karma that they are doing and that they are perpetuating. But there's good qualities that you can gain from these guys and looking at these guys. These guys have no assurance of anything in their future which could be going in the right way for them. They also don't have anything that they can rely on that can help them to think or to convince them to think that they are doing the right thing. However, they have so much trust and so much surrender into what they are doing that eventually they become successful. So if you find such a person in life, please know that that person is much more evolved than the ordinary person. This is where the subject of Bhakti comes into play. You can do Jnana Yoga, you can do Hatha Yoga, you can bend and do contortions and asanas. You can do, what else? What's another form of yoga? You can do Karma Yoga. But guys, all these need Bhakti. To go through every day with your sadhana, to continuously, consistently go doing your sadhana every day, it requires a level of bhakti which is not accessible to any average person. Guys, the spiritual path is very, very challenging. We are doing things we are not even sure of, basically. I'm following the spiritual path, but I'm not really sure that it will take me to wherever I want in terms of liberation. I've never experienced liberation before. But guys, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to put my all into it and give it a try. I'm willing to put my life on YouTube. Some of you people will be wanting to bewitch me. I'm willing to be famous and go out. Some of you will be wanting to stab me. Some of you will be wanting to befriend me. Some of you will basically hate me for no reason, for the only reason and the mere fact that I'm on YouTube and speaking to you guys on YouTube. Some of you will feel like I'm acting like I'm better than the average person. Some of you will be offended by the stuff that I'm doing. But I don't care about all that. I'm focusing on the end goal, which is where I want to go. I want to come back here, if I come back, in a better karma, in a better circumstance, whereby I can propel myself further and do sadhana better in the next life. I'm doing it for my children, my generation, I don't care. I'm surrendering to the Devis and the Devata. I'm spending my money buying these things when I can be buying better things, buying better clothes, looking better, spending it on better equipment for this sadhana room. I could be doing that, but I keep on buying these tools. I keep on offering what I offer to the Devis and the Devatas, which is not much. But I keep on doing it. I keep on depending on mantras. I keep on doing my magic. But I'm not sure where it can take me. I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. You understand? But I'm willing to go through with it. So this is not basically about me. It's just an example that I'm doing. So Bhakti will propel you further to the higher dimensions of an ordinary person. Because this is how it goes. When you are a person who lacks Bhakti, you are going merely through different stages of development and enlightenment. You are basically doing that by way of natural law, because the natural law is that of ascension. Everyone wants to go back to the Creator. Everyone wants to ascend and evolve. So by doing it naturally and step by step, it is much slower and you face much more hurdles and obstacles along the way. But if you have, and you can also do what? Be discouraged while you are doing so. But if you have Bhakti, you have a faith that is unshakable to a point whereby those obstacles and whatever, they don't matter as much to you. And the Bhakti develops the higher spiritual faculties, the higher spiritual qualities in you, that will then propel you automatically into a higher vibration, whereby you no longer struggle with these lower vibrational things, guys. You understand? So Bhakti will push you further. The people who are attaining wealth, the people who are following a path, they are basically pursuing something that they cannot see in the external world, but only in their minds. So they're going after that stuff, not caring about what other people are saying, not caring about the dangers that they face, not caring at all about anyone's opinion and anyone's likes or dislikes, but they keep on going, pursuing what they can't see. You understand? Then finally they get what they want, what they've envisioned, what they would die for, basically. So that Bhakti, for me, if you ask me, it's very beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to picture something in your mind and then pursue it with your will, with everything that you got, regardless of what they say, regardless of their opinions or what may be apparent to you at that time, guys. So it's a very, very powerful quality that we need to develop, that we need to harness to propel us further into higher states of consciousness. Because, guys, the only way to be getting out of this life and death situation is to have such qualities. What am I saying exactly? When you and basically a level of bhakti is in each and every one of us. You find a person going to work every day or a person going to school every day. They can't notice what they are working for, basically, but they know that the end goal is the certificate, the end goal is the salary, is the promotion, and whatever may be the cost of you going to work. They can do it for that, but they can't do it for their dream. They can't do it for their gods and their goddesses. They can't do it for themselves, for their ancestors, for their children. They can't do that bhakti, that devotion. They're doing it for somebody who doesn't even care about them, somebody who will replace them immediately as soon as they die, basically. Somebody that will do that to them. But they don't do it for the right people and the right spirits and the right energies. But when you send them and propel them into the spiritual path, they start to look differently. They start to have doubts and they don't want to pursue the spiritual practices, and they look at you as if you are crazy. They call you names like you are crazy and you are weird. but you are brave enough to follow your dream, to follow what you want to do. It's because of that bhakti. It's very, very beautiful, guys, to be pursuing something which is not apparent, which is only apparent to only you. These are the types of qualities that the gods and goddesses are looking for when they are looking to ascend the vibration of the entire planet and the entire population. Those are the qualities that the gods and goddesses seek for. You understand? So those are the qualities we need to aspire to. Another good another good advantage of bhakti is this. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, whatever that you do in this life, it has both its good effects and bad effects. So if you pursue something, it's a karma basically. It has after effects or effects of being bad and good. So if I pursue a relationship, not only the good qualities and the good effects of a relationship will come to me, and also the bad after effects will come to me, because I'm pursuing something which is external, which brings you the results of tangibility basically. So when you do something with the mind that you need to attain a certain result that is tangible, you are going to get results of both negativity and positivity in your karma, because you are pursuing something which is apparent, something which brings apparent results, and you're pursuing it for results. So bhakti can free you from that karma, because when you do an action, when you send out a thought, you are sending it with a subtle attachment, an unconscious attachment. So when you send it out, automatically you are attached to the results that will come with it. So when it comes back to you, it comes with the results which are both good and bad. So if you want a relationship, you will not only have the pleasures of the relationship, but the depressions of the relationship, the negative side of that relationship. So you are not only getting the good qualities. So this is what I mean, guys. Bhakti can free you from that, because you would be doing an action as a dharma, as a duty, not as something that you can benefit from or something that will give you results that are apparent and tangible. So also, not only pursuing dharma, but in pursuing spirituality. This is what it's saying in other words. In pursuing spirituality, you are pursuing something which is not of the flesh, which is not seen with the eyes of the flesh, but seen with the higher mind. So if you are pursuing something like that, it has the power to liberate you from the what? The eyes that make you to see a perversion of the external world. The eye that expects to see what? To get results from the world. So basically, spiritual practice with that following and that devotion and that surrender and that faith into it does what? Frees you and liberates you from seeking the things that are apparent. Because when you seek the things from that eye of physicality and that eye of normality, you are basically pursuing something that you can see. And when you are pursuing something that you can see, automatically when something happens externally, it will dictate how you react to it. And whatever that dictates how you react to it, you are merely reacting to the external and not creating your environment. So you can be in an environment whereby there's poverty and you will follow suit. You will be following an environment where it has higher spiritual vibrations. You will follow it because you are programmed by the external, and then you will end up having a guru teaching you and showing you and bowing to that person and bowing to the guru basically. You understand? So this is what I mean when I talk about bhakti and such things. And guys, another thing that we need to take into consideration when approaching the people, the everyday person, whatever that you learn, whatever that you accumulate, which is in the form of knowledge and information over time, those things, believe it or not, they become a part of you. You become part of your environment. You become part of whatever that you've learned in the past. And when you become part of that, all that information, when it accumulates, it builds the avatar, which is you, which is the false self. And when it has done building a false self, you do what? You start to identify yourself as that stuff. So now you will be looking to harmonize with the environment where people are speaking the things that you are used to, where people are speaking the vocabulary that you are used to, where people are behaving in a way that you are used to, in a way that you grew up with. So whenever something out of the ordinary happens, it shocks you, because it does what? It kills the identity in you, that thought that there is nothing else beside you, basically. So when you impart knowledge to certain people who are vibrating at a very low level, they start to fight with you, because you are merely fighting their existence. You are giving them knowledge which is foreign to them. So what does the mind do? It protects itself from such things, basically. Then you find yourself arguing with these people, and these people are taking you and doing all of these heinous crimes and all of these terrible things, all in the name of self-preservation. And this is unconscious. It's not something that you can consciously be aware of or consciously see. It's something that happens on the unconscious level. So when you are giving someone knowledge, imparting knowledge to that person, which is something that is foreign, which is something that they've never heard of before, people may kill you, people may attack you, people may do something to you that will make you doubt your purpose of following that path, which is why you need to do dharmas and sadhana and spiritual practices every day to build a sanskar of habits which will help propel you and help push you further into practice when you are encountering such times in your journey of spiritual practice. Om Namah Shivaya. So that's partly how you can protect yourself from such people. But know that when you are introducing new knowledge to people which they've never encountered or heard of before, you are threatening their identity. You are merely killing their identity and liberating them. So the thing with this is because of the kundalini, or the energy which is circulating in the lower chakras. Now this, I was reminded by Jorge in I'm not sure if I have to, if I can speak your name out. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But he sent me a picture from a book, Agora, by Robert Svoboda. So in it, he says that the Shakti, the Kundalini, is only circulating in the lower chakras. So when it's circulating in the lower chakras, certain states of consciousness are not accessible to that individual. And then when it's like that, the Kundalini then identifies itself with those base chakras. So when you liberate it fast, it causes a shock in the entire being, because they get to perceive higher states of consciousness, and some states of consciousness are overwhelming to them, and they can't grasp to that information very quickly, which is what happens to me when I read books like Agora and books by Robert Svoboda and some other new information. When I get it, it gets so overwhelming in a way that it becomes so depressing, and it sometimes gives me panic attacks. That's how I know that I'm accessing information which is too heavy. Guys, maybe it's not because it's not only with Robert Svoboda specifically, or those shocking books. Maybe it's because of an information download which is happening prematurely. So it's so heavy and overwhelming, guys. So imagine you imparting knowledge to the stranger, to the individual who's never heard of this stuff before. I had someone telling me that if I don't worship Jesus Christ, I'm worshiping a false god. There's only two directions in this life, good or bad. So if I'm following Hinduism and doing magic and tantra, if I'm doing my spiritual sadhana, I am doing what? I am following the devil. That's according to her, basically. That's what she said. But at the same time, this person goes out drinking. This person had sex before marriage. This person is not in chastity as the normal standards of Christianity. But they come in here to tell me that I am doing what? I'm following the devil. In what I pursue, there's nothing that says to me I can't do any of the things that I do. You understand? And on top of that, I don't pursue the lower livings that they pursue, which are what? Drinking alcohol and trying to go out and party and enjoying the external life, which is what they say also in the Bible, that the works of the flesh are not to be pursued, basically. Don't pursue the wealth or sell your soul for money, basically, which is giving up your higher spiritual practices for what? For comfortability in this life, basically. That's what it means, the saying, basically. But they do all that, these Christians, and they have the nerve to do what? To force things onto you. You see how dangerous it is to do what? To try and liberate someone who has a kundalini that's vibrating lower. You see how dangerous it is when you have self-identified with what? With what you know, with your past, basically. That's the danger that we face as individuals in this lifetime. I'm witnessing a lot of progress since I've been working with these malas. Guys, you really need to get in touch with me and make sure that you get these spiritual tools. These are powerful. I did not advocate the use of tools when I was starting out in my sadhana, but now I can assure you, guys, these are powerful. Please make sure that you do email me at arsonist.fya@gmail.com. Do hit the comment section. Ask me on topics that you want me to cover, whether it's voodoo, whether it's hermeticism or Western magical practice, whether it's gypsy magic, whether it's Wicca, whether it's the Nordic path of spirituality, whatever. If I have the information, I will make a video on it and I will explain as best as I can on the topic. So hit me in the comment section on what you want me to talk about in the next video, and I will explain it to your satisfaction and try to break it down to you, basically, so that you understand. Om Namah Shivaya. This is Arsonist Fire here on the way of Dharma. I give thanks to the gods of Thursday, which is a Thursday today, which is why I'm wearing a yellow t-shirt and why I have this mala of Bagalamukhi Devi and Guru Deva. Om Namah Shivaya. So I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the Lord Moon. Very, very powerful results. Very powerful things He's revealed to me during this time of sadhana. Guys, you really need to consider working with the 9 planets, because they can show you something which is very, very powerful about yourself. Anyway, I offer numerological readings and I offer consultations. If you are facing an issue that you currently want help with, please do hit me up in the email. It's arsonist.fya@gmail.com. If you want to learn more about yourself, your temperament, your behavior, your energies in life, I will do a numerological reading with you. hit me up in the email. If you are not willing to take action in whatever I am helping you with, if you don't do any actions, if you don't follow whatever that I'm advising you to do with the physical equivalent, which are actions that will help bring you closer to that goal of spirituality, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I am only going to give you information. You have to act upon that information. If you don't work on that information, it's fine. You won't get any results. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you don't do sadhana or spiritual practice, don't expect any results. If you don't also do the physical aspect of it, don't expect any results. This is what I wanted to cover in this topic of Bhakti. This is what I wanted to discuss with you today on the subject of Bhakti. So guys, stay tuned and hit me up in the comment section for the future videos. Om Namah Shivaya.